Today's episode of Desertwood Days with Kathy Blaze is sponsored by Cole Obarts Entertainment, providing amusement, celebration, and distraction since 2013. To find out more, visit us on the web at www.coleobartsent.com.
Welcome back to Desertwood Days. Today's guest has an interesting story that we'd like to share with you all. So let's welcome Miss Steph Levine. Hello there.
Hello.
Such a pleasure to have you.
Pleasure to be with you too.
Thank you. I love those boots.
Thank you.
So Steph, you're here not because you're an entertainer. It's because for a special cause that's happening here in our community. And we are a community show, so we love to showcase great things that's happening in our community. So I'm going to let you just start off by telling us about you're doing a fundraiser.
Yes.
So I want you to just give a little gist of the story.
Okay, well, thank you for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. So my best friend growing up, ever since I was 1 year old, who lived next door to me in New York, moved out here with her whole family. And unfortunately, her grandson was recently diagnosed with an extremely aggressive form of leukemia. And thank God they were able to create a solution, and we're trusting that this bone marrow transplant is going to lead to a vibrant, successful recovery.
Yeah.
And the family needs a lot of help. So Isaiah has been through numerous rounds of chemo. He's been through a super chemo. He had a donor and has recently undergone the transplant. And he's healing right now, and the family needs a lot of help.
Well, God bless Isaiah and his family. And we're happy to hear that he is in a healing process right now.
Yeah.
He's had his chemo and he had his transplant.
Yes.
Okay. And Isaiah is 19.
19 years old, yeah.
So when are you able to tell, when did he start experiencing issues?
It was very recently. He had a toothache or a tooth surgery, and he just wasn't feeling well. And this was just maybe 5 months ago.
Wow.
And he went in because he was getting sicker and sicker, and that's when they discovered the leukemia.
Wow.
So they acted very quickly. He was blasted with 3 rounds of chemo, and then when the donor showed up, and he was at 0 cancer, they were able to bring him in, and then they did another 4th round of chemo. I'm not positive I'm correct on all these numbers, and that was called a super chemo, and brought his immune system down to zilch. He had quite a bit of complications and discomfort, not being able to eat with a throat and a mouth infection.
Right.
And he seems to be on a road to recovery.
That is awesome. So Isaiah's family and friends have come together to create this amazing event to help him with expenses and things that he may need during this journey.
Yeah.
But you work with the organization.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, they partnered with the Children's Organ Transplant Association, COTA. So this is COTA for Isaiah. So all of the marketing and advertising that I'm doing for this event is COTA for Isaiah. So they collect that we get the funds through them, and then they give them 100% of the proceeds.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Isaiah. We usually this is a joyous occasion because he's gone through hopefully the bad part already. And hopefully this transplant and the things that he's getting now will help him to recover and be the young man that he's meant to be.
Yeah.
So what was it, do you know, what are you able to tell what Isaiah was like before he got sick?
Oh,
Was he into sports or
into music and
into
art?
music?
Yeah,
Okay.
he plays the guitar, and he's just a sweet person. Just very kind and caring and affectionate. He loves his family. He has 2 uncles that he adores. They're twins, and he adores them. He adores his grandmother, and he has a baby brother named Hudson that he loves too. So he's just a really, really kind human being.
See, he's an artist also.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love that. So I'd like you to tell us a little bit about COTA, because they're a big part of this. They're a huge part of this.
Yeah, they provide this website with multitude of resources, more than I can even keep up with right now. If this was a full-time job, we would have hit our goal by now. For me, it's a lot of work, but they provide a lot of support and direction. So, yeah, they're beautiful people. I believe a lot of the people volunteer there. And it's new for me since I took on this project. But they do have a website that I can download all sorts of forms. They actually sent me a whole box of paper icons to put up people who have donated, and boxes that I could bring to shops where people can put change in.
Is this a national organization?
Good question.
They're here local.
No, they're in. So yes, it is national. They're in Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they might even be international.
Okay.
Yeah. You can go to COTA.org to find that out.
Okay. So, Ms. Steph, I've done lots of events of my own, and I know it takes a lot of work. So, what was it that made you decide to just jump in and do this?
Comedy show. Well, when she asked me,
Okay.
how I can help, and she just said, "Well, can you be the community resource?" I don't even know what my title is, and I was just like, "Of course, whatever you need."
You guys are so organized. You got titles. You're delegating things. You're on top of it.
Working on it. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that encouragement. I could use that. So it was just when she asked, and she was a challenge asking for help, so I felt honored that I could do that. And the family just has enough to deal with right now.
You know what? I think my opinion is that during times of, let's say, tragic things that's happening in our lives, we tend to pull back and we don't want to let people know that we need help.
Absolutely.
We don't want to seem like we're weak or we're going through something. And that's the time when we need people the most.
Exactly.
Right. That is exactly. And that's why as family and friends, we have to be observant and I like to say keep in touch with our family and friends. And, and be able to observe that, hey, Steph is acting a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to get into the event also. So this is the event that's happening Tuesday, November the 15th. Tell us a little bit about the event.
So I just had an idea that a comedy show would be really fun. My daughter's a comedian, so I thought that would be fun, and I love comedy shows. So I just started talking about it with people, and a friend of mine, Susie Lavenda, introduced me to Kristin LaVanway, who I did not know previously, and with such a beautiful, kind heart, she volunteered to take this project on and give me some consulting about what kind of event would be even more fun than what I was thinking. So she's been rounding up talent around the valley, and
now she's a comedian herself.
She's a comedian herself,
she was
and a filmmaker.
Yeah, she was one of our season 1 guests. Yeah. She was here on season 1.
She's a special woman.
Yes,
I got to watch her show the last Friday, and it was fabulous.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we spoke, and we have some mutual friends. We're both in the real estate industry.
Okay.
So I had asked Angela and Chuck Fazio, who are also in the real estate industry. They own the Chandler Forum, and they are letting us use the venue over there. It's an absolutely stunning venue.
Wonderful.
And so my office and other realtors around the valley are really coming together across company lines. So it's a beautiful thing to.
It is a beautiful thing when you're seeing the community coming together to help one of our own that's in need.
And with the laughter and the bantering, and I just believe in collective consciousness to raise the vibration, and
Yes.
somehow I believe that will trickle down to Isaiah's healing.
Yeah.
Besides being a really, really fun time for everybody.
And that's the goal. It's all about Isaiah.
Yeah.
Is making sure that he gets through this the way he should.
Yes.
I mean, and get back to living life in a normal fashion.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
I
his little
love
brother and his mother and his grandmother and his great grandmother is around too.
Yes,
So
because when you don't feel like yourself, it's hard to entertain. And he has a 2-year-old little brother that probably wants Big Brother to play with him, and I'm sure there's times he don't feel up to it.
yeah, he's really on complete quarantine right now. They're sterilizing the home, and he's on ports for medication. So yeah.
So Steph, we've been talking about this young man named Isaiah, handsome young man,
Yeah.
full of life, a brother, a son, a nephew, a grandson,
Great grandson.
great grandson, and a friend. And what you guys are doing is to help Isaiah with an issue that he's experiencing at this point in his life, and he needs his community to help him. And that's what you're doing. You're bringing together a community by this event, a comedy event. Everyone likes to laugh.
Yeah.
So why not come out and help this young man so that he can get the support he needs through COTA?
Mm-hmm.
The COTA is helping him pay for his medications, his transplant, or anything he needs during this experience.
Yeah, they're helping us raise money to support that. He does have insurance as well. It's not covering a fraction of what is necessary right now.
Right. So what you need, I want you to tell our audience what it is you need from them.
I want their bodies. I want people to come to this event with an open heart and love, and just encourage all the comedians that have volunteered their time. This is audience participation, so the applause of the audience determines the winner of each battle. So
this is a comedic battle.
It's a comedic battle. It's a roast.
It's all in good fun, though.
It's all in good fun. Definitely adult humor. So I recommend adults only. And I want to pack the house. I want to raise the roof. I want vibration. I want participation. I've got some really, really great people who have volunteered their time to come out and play.
Yeah, you have a press release there. May I see it?
Sure.
I just want to read some of the fine points, the beautiful things that they speak of about Isaiah. I know when you first came on, you mentioned he likes the arts and musician. See, he's a friend to our family. He's an artist just like we are.
He might end up being on the show too.
Yes, he loves playing a guitar, recalling obscure facts, creating art on unique canvases. He's an artist. Isaiah has taken every opportunity to showcase his layered personality, new angle thinking, and refreshing perspective, putting up quite the strong image throughout his diagnosis and treatment. The latest update on his condition was given on October 7th via blog post. Having received his transplant surgery, Isaiah was in recovery. Regardless, not completely out of the woods, but healing nonetheless. So that he can heal, and his family, because his family is going through this with him, so that they all can heal, this is needed to help them so they feel comfortable and safe and not worried about having to have these expenses hanging over their head. So they really need us as a community right now.
Absolutely.
With whatever we can do. Sometimes people think, well, you know what, I don't have this or I don't have this. Whatever we can do.
Whatever we can do. And I'm going to go out there and say, first of all, the tickets are $50 for this event. And if $50 is a struggle for somebody, we've had other people that have been donating the money and I can cover the ticket cost. So I want people there.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal. It's going to be so much fun. I have a few judges, Justin Mercer, who's pretty well known out there in the community. He's called the Tattooed Realtor. He's got billboards around town. He's going to be one of the judges. Matt Cheek, another beautiful human being, extremely successful realtor, speaker. He'll be one of the judges. Tara Shakespeare, a local comedian, she will be. My daughter, Maebe Mason, is flying in from LA, and she's a comic and a filmmaker and a producer, and she will be the MC. And then Kristin LaVanway is going to be organizing the whole event.
All right, so I know you brought some media. Let's take a look at the media that you brought. You brought some pictures of Isaiah. Let us audience get to see who Isaiah is. Oh, that's a very nice picture. And his little brother.
Yeah, that's little Hudson.
Nice picture.
Mm-hmm.
So the comedy battle is Tuesday, November 15th at 5 o'clock. And that's at the Chandler Forum.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the comedy roast battle. This is some of the comedians that we want to shout out.
Yeah.
Xander Beltran, Celia Contreras, Joe Gangemi, Adam J, Rob Maebe, Lady Q, Dana Whissen and Dylan White. And they're all going to be there at the forum on November 15th.
Yeah. Thank you all. I appreciate your contribution. I'm really looking forward to it.
So I know you're also, for those that may have things that you can utilize for auctions, you're also looking for products for auctions also, right?
Yes. The Gary Lee Price and the Statue of Responsibility Foundation has donated a basket. The Senior Rio Tequila has donated a basket. Serenity Photos, Maria Brown has donated a series of beautiful photography from around the world. And we even have 2 tickets for the Trans-Siberian Orchestra that I will do a live auction on so far.
That is awesome. You know what? I love that you are doing this, and we just have to, we need to get the word out. So if anyone has anything that you can contribute, I mean, I don't know if you need volunteers, but whatever you can do, she wants bodies there so that this event, this battle can take place and be a success. And this is all for Isaiah.
Yes.
Okay, this is all for a young man in our community to make sure he's someone's child. That's the only way I can say it. He's someone's child. Are there any things that we didn't touch that you'd like to also add?
Oh, good question. Do we have the link up anywhere where people can sign up for the event?
That's probably, I don't know if we have that, but I'll talk to my producer after the event and maybe we can get it on the website or I'm not sure.
And people can reach out to me directly for any kind of information or any kind of contribution that they want to be a part of.
Okay. So where can they reach you?
Just call me. 602-615-4009.
And if they want to email you?
Steph, STEPH, at Steph Levine, STEPHLEVINE.love.
Love it, love it. And let's get out there and support Isaiah.
Please.
Let's get out there and spread the word, spread the word. And again, give out his diagnosis, because we didn't mention that, just in case there's other individuals or someone that's been through this or and they want to come out and support, or there's any organizations.
Yeah. It's a certain type of leukemia. I believe
it's leukemia.
Yes.
Okay.
Leukemia.
Okay. Well, again, you can reach out to Steph. You can email her. You can also find it on the Desertwood Days Facebook page, Instagram page, or you can also email me at desertwooddays@gmail.com if you have questions, and I can forward that information to Steph so that she's able to get back with you. But we're just here doing this segment with Miss Steph because we're trying to do our part to make sure that Isaiah has an amazing event and that he's able to go ahead, live his life as a young man, be happy, healthy, and he's a 19-year-old. That's what he should be doing.
Amen.
Yes.
And I do have Facebook and Instagram. Steph Levine on Facebook and Steph.Miriam.Levine on Instagram.
Okay, sounds good. Well, it was such a pleasure to have you
so
here.
Much.
Thank you. Thank you. And we thank you for joining us here on Desertwood Days, and we'll catch you next time.